Yo, yo. Yo, yo, what's happening, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Stevey Luke, and we are here today to talk about a certain trailer that I just react to. The MORBIUS trailer. If this is your first time watching the channel, I do reaction videos to all things geek culture, blah, 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 blah. Basically, what I want you to do is you don't have to watch my video. Just go and watch the trailer if you haven't seen the trailer yet, and you'll see why this is so important. You'll see why this could be epic for the entire superhero genre. So if you guys are watching the live stream, if you're on the replay, hit the like button as hard as you possibly can. And I'm just going to talk to chat for just a couple seconds. Let some people get on in here. I did put out posts and tweets and stuff like that I was going live, so hopefully we'll have some people joining me in the conversation. And we have Boom King 1253. Hello, welcome to the chat. This Sony superhero movie, kind of lackluster, not the best quality, definitely nothing on the scale that Marvel has been able to put out. But I will happily say that I was pleasantly surprised. So, first and foremost, I just want to say that Jared Leto is like the perfect Morbius. I can't picture anybody else acting out that role. Maybe there's a few other people that could have done it, but Jared Leto is just like perfect for this role, and I think it's going to be one of his biggest ever. But oh man, where do I start with this? I guess we'll just jump right to the meat of the matter. So we'll just jump right to the heart of it. Vulture at the end of the Morbius trailer caught me completely off guard. If you watched my reaction, you saw me. I didn't know what to say. I really didn't know what to do. And it caught me completely off guard. So now the question is Marvel and Sony, or should I say, are Marvel and Sony reopening discussions? Are they bringing it back? Are they going to start being, in cahoots again? Are they going to start sharing characters? Hello, Savar. Good to see you. My guess is this is kind of like the tail end of their contract. This is kind of like they still had because it said it was brought to you by the same people that made Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home. So that tells me that this is like the tail end of the Sony Marvel contract, and after this movie and a couple other Spider-Man movies that involve Tom Holland, it'll be over. So I guess while we have it, take advantage of it, right? So we have Vulture in Morbius, but the events of Venom and Morbius, they're not supposed to be happening inside the same universe as Marvel, or at least that's what Marvel said. Happening in a different universe, same multiverse, but different universe. And we were okay with that. We're like, all right, okay, let's see what happens. Venom came out. It did great. It did great. It was well received fans. It did a lot better than everybody expected. And now we have Morbius coming out to expand upon this, sort of like the Spider-Man's villains universe. They're doing all like the Spider-Man villains. Now we have Morbius coming out, and all of a sudden Vulture shows up, and it's like, how is this tying in? Like, how is this tying in? What's going on? So if you're watching right now, let me know what you guys think of the chat. If you're watching the replay, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Or are they tying this in? Are they going to say that this all was in the same universe for some reason, and that's why Vulture is able to talk to Morbius? Or is this in a different universe and Vulture somehow crossed over, or Morbius crossed into the MCU, and now he's going to have he's going to be the next like Spider-Man villain with the next Tom Holland Spider-Man movie? It's going to be difficult to explain this, after all the drama going on with the Sony Marvel split and them arguing over Spider-Man and stuff like that, and Venom coming out and being super successful, and showing Sony can make a comic book movie without Spider-Man in it and have it actually be successful. So Boom King thinks maybe it's really a 50-50, to be honest. They could have it be a crossover. They could not. I want it to be a crossover. Why? Because then we'll finally get to see Venom and Tom Holland's Spider-Man cross paths. The only iteration really had a Venom on the big screen was in Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 was not that great. Spider-Man 3 was it could have been so much more. And the Venom in it just was not up to par with what we could have seen when it comes to Venom and when it comes to Spider-Man and when it comes to a movie like that. But this could be the chance for us to see a good Venom. Tom Hardy's Venom was exactly as I envisioned it. Tom Hardy's Venom was exactly the way Venom is supposed to be. With a couple adjustments, obviously, because Spider-Man wasn't in that movie. So they had to make a couple of adjustments. But it was a good starting point. It was a good launching point for the self-proclaimed Venom verse. And now we have Morbius joining that cast. And the interesting thing is that Morbius's origin really doesn't tie that much into Spider-Man's, at least not in the movie that's coming out. I'm not sure about the comics. I don't really know about Morbius that much from the comics. And to me, I like that because now I'm going into this movie with literally zero expectations or zero knowledge of the character except for what I've seen in the trailer. And that helps a lot because now if they change something in the movie that wasn't in the comics, I'm not going to freak out about it because I didn't know they changed it. So that helps a lot when you're going to go see a comic book movie. Is if you don't know the origin of the character, you can enjoy the movie a lot more because you're not nitpicking about little thingies that they changed because, it just wouldn't have worked in a movie. But Morbius doesn't look like he has ever crossed paths with Spider-Man yet. However, in the trailer, we do see spray painted on the brick wall in one of the scenes a spray paint of Spider-Man with the word murderer painted in front of him. So we know that Spider-Man is in Morbius's universe. That Morbius lives in New York City and Spider-Man is a part of it. We just don't know which Spider-Man. I saw some people online who really took a look at the trailer and really picked every little thing about it, every little detail. They said that the spray painted picture of Spider-Man on the wall looked a lot like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. So they were saying this takes place inside Tobey Maguire's Spider-Verse. That's where Morbius takes place. And Venom is not even in this. And, the Vulture and the MCU are crossing over into Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. And I don't want that. That's just me. There are some people who love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies, and they say that they're the best Spider-Man iterations. Me personally, I disagree. I feel that Tom Holland is the best on-screen Spider-Man. But some people really love Tobey Maguire, so that they really nitpicked it like that. They said, okay, look, Morbius is part of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Verse, and the Vulture and the MCU are crossing over with that. I hope that's not the case, because I really want them to see them cross over with Sony. I really want to see the MCU cross over with Sony's universe that they're creating. And we had the one employee from Sony who in the one interview said that this was taking place inside the MCU and it was just separate. But it was never made official. And this right here, they need to do something with this. They can't just be using Vulture's character just as a cool little, oh, look, cameo by Michael Keaton as the Vulture. They need to do something with this. They need to make this, they need to somehow tie this in to Spider-Man and bring him into this universe. Because as we know, Once Sony's contract is up with Marvel, Spider-Man is out. Spider-Man is no longer going to be in the MCU. Now Sony already has this universe built up without him even being in it. So once they get the character rights back fully to themselves, 100% of it, and they insert Tom Holland or whoever they have cast as Spider-Man, hopefully it's still Tom Holland, once they insert their Spider-Man back into this universe, you already have villains established. You already have the Vulture, who he's already crossed paths with multiple times in this universe. So this could be huge. They need to do something with this. They need to, what's the word I'm looking for? They need to capitalize off of this. They need to make this work. Because if they make this work, this could be huge for Sony. This could be how Sony bounces back from the two attempts at making a Spider-Man universe and then failing at it. They had Tobey Maguire and they had Andrew Garfield. Both of them were not up to par with what Spider-Man could have been. Only Tom Holland has really gotten there so far. The only good Spider-Man movie he has made was Into the Spider-Verse, which to me is the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Period. Is Into the Spider-Verse. You guys can let me know what you guys think in the chat. Which Spider-Man movie is the best? Any of the Marvel ones, Into the Spider-Verse, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, whichever one of you think is the best. There's no hate here. And down in the comment section, let me know what you guys think as well. But this could potentially be incredible for Sony. They could turn this into something epic as long as they pull it off correctly. Now, the question is, what is Marvel going to do with all of this? Because, like I said, this could be a way of Sony, taking a jab at Marvel, saying, hey, we're going to go and make our own Spider-Verse. We're taking our character back. You can just go suck it. So it's interesting to see what Marvel's going to do about this because they're the one that established this character. Let's be real. Marvel is the one that established a big screen Spider-Man. Without Tom Holland, without the MCU, without Spider-Man being introduced in Civil War, and then Spider-Man Homecoming coming out, and then Far From Home, which was incredible. First live-action Spider-Man movie to cross $1 billion. Marvel's the one that established this character. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. If they're going to start fighting for the rights back, they might try to take Spider-Man back. And it's going to cause a whole lot of drama. It's going to cause a lot of unnecessary fighting. This character, it's an awesome character. Versatile character, too. There's so many storylines that you can use with Spider-Man. So many amazing storylines you can use with Spider-Man because of all the infinite possibilities. And I just wish that Sony and Marvel could just get along. I really do. I just wish that they could find some way to, renegotiate and, start sharing the character again. Maybe, make a couple movies with the Venom characters, with Morbius, and, hopefully they start making Sinister Six. I would love to see Dr. Octopus again. I would love to see Green Goblin again. I would love to see those characters in the MCU setting. That would be absolutely incredible. Imagine them doing a Sinister Six for the third MCU Spider-Man movie. Imagine them doing that. Imagine them doing, say, Green Goblin, Electro the correct way, Dr. Octopus, Venom, Scorpion, because we saw Scorpions in the MCU, Vulture. Imagine them including all of those characters, Rhino, but imagine them including all those villains in the MCU. They've never attempted something like that on the big screen before. So I really want to see them do that. Like, just please, just get along. Sony, Marvel, just get along. Just make it happen. So I think I've talked enough about it. You guys understand how I feel about the Morbius trailer. This could potentially huge. What's going on, Red Brick 777? And then we have Z Play Gaming in the house. If they could pull Sinister Six off, it could be the best Spider-Man movie ever. It could be the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. Think about it. Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They have a Doctor Octopus. They have Vulture. Michael Keaton is Vulture. They have Jared Morbius. So those Morbius really wasn't part of Sinister Six. They get an Electro, a good Electro. Like Jamie Foxx, he wasn't like just not someone I pictured being Electro. But like, imagine if they could get that into the MCU. Woo! It'd be amazing. And this is the gateway to that because now we have Morbius talking to the Vulture. They wouldn't be doing that if there wasn't a reason for it. So either they're crossing over universes or the Sony verse was part of the MCU the entire time. How would Rhino be made in the MCU? Well, pretty simple. Rhino's just this gigantic meta-human, this gigantic, super-powered human that wears a rhino suit because he's kind of like the Juggernaut. He just charges and crashes through things. So it would be pretty robot suit or a on the skin. I feel like they should do the comic book iteration, Red Brick, just because they did the robot suit in Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. It didn't do it for me. That just didn't do it for me. Although they did have the robot suit in the Spider-Man PS4 game, and that worked pretty well. So if they want to do the robot suit, if they can just make it very similar to the way it was, I don't know how many of you have played the Spider-Man PS4 game that just came out, like was perfect. So if they can pull that off in a movie, that would be really cool. That would be definitely a way to get the Sinister Six on. So that's what I think. Go ahead, Chad. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Let me know what you guys want to see them do with this crossover. With them revealing that the Vulture is going to be in Morbius, at least for a little bit, at least for a cameo, if not for a bigger role. And if you're watching on the live replay, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Zplay Gaming says, I want to play the Spider-Man PS4 game. It's the best. If you haven't played Spider-Man PS4 yet, highly recommend it. It literally is the ultimate Spider-Man video game. Like, we had some good Spider-Man video games that came out back when, like, the Tobey Maguire movies were big. This video game, Spider-Man PS4, blows them all out of the water. Like, it's incredible. The amount of different suits that you can get in this video game is insane. You can literally get every single Spider-Man suit, plus some new ones that haven't been seen in the comics. You can literally get every single one in this video game. So if you have not played Spider-Man PS4, highly recommended. Highly recommended. Best video game I've played in a while. Best video. It's the perfect Spider-Man story as well. 40 costumes, Red Brick says. So many. So many. Boom King says it's a great game. I've played it 3 times. That's another cool thing about the game. I know we're kind of moving away from the Morbius trailer. We'll circle back to it in a little bit. But this game is incredible. And you can literally play through the story mode over and over and over again. And you can do new things every single time. There's so many side missions. The DLCs are really, really good. The DLCs are incredible too. So there's so much that you can do with this game. I still put it on. I still play it from time to time. Still play it. So if you haven't played it yet, highly recommended. Spider-Man PS4. Unfortunately, it's just for PS4. But if you can get it, that'd be great. Go play it. Have some fun. Let me know what you think of it. Maybe I should do a walkthrough of it once I start my gaming channel. What's held me back so far is my internet. So far, I don't have good internet, so I have not been able to get my game channel off the ground. Plus, I still got to finish building my PC. But once that happens, and that should be happening by the end of this week, we're gonna get some gaming content going. Let me start. Connection's unstable. Can everybody still hear me and see me? Oh, message went away. See, this is what I'm talking about. See? Hence, I have terrible internet. My connection goes in and out, and barely able to live stream like this. How's the stream look now, guys? Is everything all good? All right, cool. Good. All right. So, circling back to the Morbius trailer, let's talk about what I think Vulture's role is going to be in this movie, and then I think we're gonna call it a day. Vulture, Vulture is going to be the that kind of sets Morbius down on a dark path. Like we see him get his powers, we see him, he's healed up, and now he's like this living vampire thing. I think Vulture is going to be the one to send him down on a dark path. Like he's going to be the one turning him into the villain because why not? Right? Boom King, you're watching from Australia? Wow. Man, never ceases to amaze me like the reach of YouTube. I have people telling me they're watching from Europe. I have people telling now Boom King's watching from Australia. This is great. I love YouTube like this. Get to connect with so many people around the world. But thanks for watching, Boom King. I hope everything's going all right in Australia. I know the fires and all that is straight up terrible. So I hope everything's going all right with you. Hope you and your family are safe. Yeah, those fires over in Australia are awful. 3 a.m. at night. What? Why are you awake? You are dedicated. Wow. 3 a.m. at night. I'd be sleeping. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. It's good. It's going good so far. Okay, good. Good. I really hope it stays that way. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the stuff that's going on over there, and I've been trying to think of some ways that I can help, like, using this channel as ways to help. So I might be doing some Australia charity stuff over the next couple weeks. Just because, because I have, 1,000+ people following me, and I know it's not as big a following as other YouTubers have, and I won't be able to leverage as much, but it's something, right? So I'm probably gonna do some Australia charity stuff. I was thinking about that a while back, doing like a kind of some sort of like maybe for every subscriber I get off a certain video, I donate this amount of money. Not even like having other people donate, but like me donate. Connection's unstable. Please wait while we try to reconnect. Can everybody still see me on the stream? I keep just flashing up saying that my connection's unstable. But if I'm good, then I'm going to see what Red Brick Z-Play Gaming says you should do a Pokemon randomizer. Maybe. My favorite Pokemon, hand down, is Charmander. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard is awesome. I love Charizard. That's my favorite. Okay, cool. So I'm going to read this thing from RedBrick777. Do you think Vulture will be in trouble for not telling the other villains Spider-Man's secret identity now that it's out there? They hinted at that at the end of Homecoming with Scorpion coming up to him and be like, well, on the street is, who SpiderMan is. You tell me this and that. And Vulture kept his secret identity. I really don't think they're going to give him that much trouble, to be perfectly honest. They might. But in the end, I think they're going to end up teaming up. Vulture might even end up giving away Spider-Man's identity. He might even end up giving it away. I think he made that decision there because at the time, I don't think he felt like he never thought he was a villain. Remember that? Like, Vulture never thought he was a villain, and he knew that Scorpion's a bad guy. He knew that Scorpion's not a guy that you want to be pals with. So I think he's going to keep his identity secret for a little while more. Maybe in the next movie he'll release. If he does, that's going to be pretty big. That's going to be pretty big. I'm sad that Mysterio be in any more movies. I'm really sad that he ended up dying in Far From Home because he was always a big part in the comics. He was always interesting. He was always an interesting villain. Alrighty then, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going. I'm hungry. I need some lunch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Boom, go to sleep. Boom King, go to sleep. It's because it's 3 a.m. in Australia. So it's time for you to get some rest there, my friend. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I will be posting more this week. And like I said, that gaming channel is going to happen at some point down the line this month. I'm going to try to get that started. So, different name. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. The Morbius is going to be very pivotal in where Sony and Marvel go from here. So keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears to the ground, because any news that comes out, I will be covering it. Alrighty, guys. I'll catch you later. See you next time.